My beloved child, pause for a moment and listen closely, because what I am about to reveal is not coincidence, not bad timing, and not rejection. The sudden cancellation, the quiet excuse, the unexplained distance on Christmas carries a meaning far deeper than you imagine. When everyone else was celebrating, something inside your person shifted. A realization hit them so strongly that they could not pretend anymore. They stepped back, not to run away from you, but because staying would have exposed emotions they are not yet ready to control. Here is the truth most people will never tell you. They canceled their plans because your presence has become too powerful in their heart. Being around you during Christmas would have made their feelings impossible to hide. The lights, the silence, the warmth of the season would have broken their defenses. They knew one moment, one look, one conversation with you could change everything forever, and that terrified them more than being alone. What you don't see is the internal battle they are fighting right now. While you wondered why plans disappeared, they were questioning their future, their choices, and the direction of their life. Christmas is not just a date for them anymore. It became a mirror. And in that mirror, they saw you standing where they never expected someone to stand. At the center of their emotions, holding more power than they ever allowed anyone to hold before. This is where the story turns shocking. The cancellation was not about distance, it was about preparation. Your person is standing at the edge of a decision that will permanently change the connection between you. They pulled away because they are planning what comes next, not because they are done. Some bonds grow silently before they explode into something undeniable. And this silence you feel right now is loaded with intention. If your heart feels heavy but strangely hopeful, that is not random. You are sensing the shift before it arrives. The universe often removes moments of comfort before delivering moments of destiny. This delay is aligning pieces you cannot yet see. Something huge is waiting for you, and it requires patience, not panic. What feels like loss is actually positioning. Stay grounded, stay calm, and do not chase answers that are about to reveal themselves naturally. When the moment arrives, you will understand why Christmas had to be quiet, why plans had to be canceled, and why this pause mattered more than any celebration. This connection is not fading. It is transforming. Amen. Folded hands. Listen carefully now, because the silence you're experiencing is not empty, it's charged. Every unanswered message, every delayed reply, every sudden distance is carrying information your mind hasn't decoded yet, but your soul already understands. Your person is not living normally right now. Their days look the same from outside, but inside, something relentless is pulling them back toward you again and again, even when they try to distract themselves. What most people never realize is this. When someone cancels plans at a sacred time like Christmas, it's often because they are standing at a crossroads. Your person knows that once they step toward you again, there is no going back to how things were. They sense that being near you would awaken emotions they've been suppressing for a long time. And once awakened, those emotions demand action, honesty, and courage. Here's the shocking part you weren't prepared to hear. They didn't cancel because they stopped caring. They canceled because they care too much. Too much to show up unprepared. Too much to risk saying the wrong thing. Too much to face the truth without first understanding what they truly want. Love that scares someone into silence is never small, it's powerful. While you were left wondering, they were replaying moments with you in their mind. Conversations. Laughs. Unfinished sentences. Your energy followed them into rooms where you weren't physically present. Christmas magnifies emotions, and they knew that one shared moment could expose feelings they are not ready to confess yet. That fear is not weakness, it's intensity. This pause is not punishment, it's alignment. Sometimes the universe delays contact because timing matters more than desire. There are conversations that can only happen after internal clarity is reached. And your person is dangerously close to that clarity right now. Something huge is waiting for you, but it cannot arrive through chaos, it arrives through stillness. Do not mistake distance for disinterest. The strongest connections often go silent right before they evolve. What feels like abandonment is actually restraint. They are holding back because they know once they step forward, everything changes. And they don't want to step forward halfway. Stay open. Stay steady. Do not close your heart in this quiet moment, because this silence is not the end of the story, it's the breath taken before something unforgettable begins. Amen. Folded hands. My beloved child, there is something happening beneath the surface that you cannot see yet, but it is shaping your future more than you realize. The waiting you feel is not meant to weaken you, it is meant to prepare you. Your person is being forced to confront truths they avoided for a long time, and every answer they are finding is leading them back to one name, yours. Here is what makes this moment different from all the others. This time, they are not fighting their feelings, they are questioning their life without you. The cancellation of Christmas plans created space, and in that space, clarity started forming. They noticed what was missing. They felt the absence more deeply than expected. And once absence teaches someone the value of presence, nothing stays the same again. What you don't hear is the conversations they are having with themselves late at night. The doubts, the regrets, the sudden realizations. They are asking questions like, why does this connection feel unfinished, and why does walking away feel heavier than staying? These questions don't come from confusion, they come from attachment that refuses to dissolve. This is where destiny begins to stir. Not all connections move forward immediately, some pause so both souls can align at the same frequency. Right now, your person is shedding old fears, old patterns, and old excuses. They are realizing that avoiding you did not bring peace, only more longing. That realization changes people. Your heart may feel tired, but it has not been wrong. You sensed something real because something real exists. And what exists cannot be erased by silence or distance. Something huge is waiting for you, something that requires both souls to step forward with intention, not uncertainty. Do not lose faith in this quiet chapter. Silence is not the absence of movement, it is movement without noise. The shift has already begun, and when it reaches the surface, it will arrive with truth, clarity, and a force you will feel instantly. Amen. Folded hands. Now hear this carefully, because this is the turning point most people miss. When time slows down like this, it's because something irreversible is being formed. Your person is no longer asking if they feel something, they are asking what they are willing to risk for it. Christmas was cancelled because comfort was no longer enough. They needed solitude to measure the weight of losing you versus the fear of stepping closer. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime truth: not everyone gets paused for this kind of reason. You were not placed on hold, you were placed in significance. Your absence became louder than your presence ever was, and that shocked them. They expected relief. They found emptiness. That realization has started reshaping their priorities in ways they never planned. While you were holding your emotions together, they were breaking old promises they made to themselves about staying detached. They are recognizing patterns they can no longer repeat. They see that avoiding you didn't protect them, it exposed how deeply connected they already are. This is the kind of awareness that doesn't fade once it arrives. If this message is reaching you, it's not by chance. Take this moment to anchor your energy, because what comes next responds to alignment. If this resonated with your heart, let the energy flow, share your presence, speak from truth, and stay connected, because the more clarity you hold, the faster clarity meets you halfway. Something huge is waiting for you, and it doesn't come quietly. It arrives after patience proves its strength and faith survives uncertainty. You are closer than you think, even if nothing has been spoken yet. Remain open. Remain grounded. The silence is ending, and when it does, it will bring answers instead of questions, and direction instead of doubt. Amen. Folded hands. Stay with me now, because this phase is testing your awareness more than your patience. What feels like stillness is actually pressure building behind the scenes. Your person is standing at the edge of a realization that cannot be undone. They are beginning to understand that canceling moments with you did not erase the bond, it amplified it. Distance did not weaken the connection, it sharpened it. Here is what changes everything. They are no longer distracted by excuses or outside noise. Their focus has turned inward, and every honest thought keeps circling back to you. They are noticing how rare it is to feel seen without trying, understood without explaining, and drawn without logic. These realizations don't arrive gently, they arrive heavy, demanding acknowledgement. Your intuition has been restless because it is responding to a shift already in motion. You are sensing movement before words appear. That is why your heart feels alert, not broken. This is not an ending energy. This is anticipation. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is approaching through alignment, not force. There is a reason you are being asked to remain calm instead of reactive. The next step requires emotional maturity from both sides. Your steadiness right now is shaping how the story unfolds. When one soul stays grounded, the other finds the courage to step forward. You are unknowingly leading by example. The silence is thinning. The internal resistance they held is weakening. Soon, holding back will feel heavier than speaking up. And when that happens, the truth will not arrive half-formed, it will arrive with intention, clarity, and purpose. Trust what you feel without needing proof yet. This pause is not empty time, it is sacred preparation. What is forming now will not resemble anything you've experienced before, because it is being built from awareness, not illusion. Amen. Folded hands. This is the moment where everything begins to realign, even if it doesn't look dramatic on the surface yet. Your person is no longer running from the truth, they are negotiating with it. They are asking themselves how long they can ignore something that keeps returning to their heart uninvited. And the answer is becoming clearer with every passing day, not much longer. What you must understand now is this: connections like this don't dissolve quietly. They demand resolution. The cancellation, the pause, the distance were all attempts to regain control, but instead, they lost it emotionally. Because the more they tried to step back, the more present you became in their thoughts. That contradiction is exhausting them in the most revealing way. Your calm endurance has meaning. By not forcing, not chasing, not collapsing into fear, you have changed the dynamic. You shifted the energy from confusion to respect. And respect is what turns emotion into action. They are beginning to see you not as an option, but as a turning point in their life. This is where destiny tightens its grip. Something huge is waiting for you, but it requires courage on both sides. The kind of courage that speaks honestly, acts deliberately, and chooses depth over avoidance. That courage is being formed right now, in silence. Do not underestimate what is happening just because it is unseen. Seeds grow underground before they break the surface. And when they do, they don't ask permission, they emerge because they are ready. Hold your faith steady. The moment approaches where clarity replaces uncertainty, and the pause transforms into movement. When that moment arrives, you will understand why everything unfolded exactly this way. Amen. Folded hands. Now the energy shifts into something undeniable. This is no longer about waiting or wondering, this is about inevitability. Your person is realizing that canceling Christmas did not give them peace, it exposed truth. They tried to escape a moment, but instead they walked straight into self-awareness. And once awareness arrives, nothing stays the same. Here is the revelation that changes everything. They are afraid not of losing you, but of choosing you and having their life transformed forever. You represent a future they cannot control, predict, or casually step away from. Being close to you forces them to grow, to become honest, to rise above old versions of themselves. That level of change shakes people deeply. While you may feel like nothing is happening, something intense is unfolding internally. They are rehearsing conversations they haven't had yet. They are imagining outcomes they never allowed themselves to imagine before. The mind only does this when the heart has already decided but is waiting for courage to catch up. Your role right now is powerful even in silence. By staying grounded, you are proving that connection does not need force to survive. That strength is being felt on the other side. It is creating pressure, not fear, but momentum. Momentum always leads to movement. Something huge is waiting for you, and it will not arrive as confusion. It will arrive as certainty. When they finally step forward, it will not be halfway, not hesitant, not unclear. This pause is forging intention. Remain steady. Remain open. What is aligning now will speak soon, and when it does, it will explain every moment of silence you endured. Amen. Folded hands. Now comes the phase where truth starts demanding expression. Your person has reached the limit of silence, and silence no longer protects them, it weighs on them. What once felt like control now feels like suppression. They are realizing that some connections do not allow escape, they only wait patiently until honesty becomes unavoidable. Here is the shift you have been sensing without proof. They are no longer asking themselves why they feel this pull toward you. They are asking when and how to respond to it. That question only appears when the heart has crossed a point of no return. This is not hesitation anymore. This is preparation. The reason this moment feels intense is because it is rare. Very few people encounter someone who mirrors their truth so clearly that avoidance becomes impossible. You became that mirror for them. And mirrors don't chase, they reflect. What they see now is clarity mixed with longing, and it is reshaping their decisions. Do not mistake the quiet for delay. This is the calm before alignment snaps into place. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is moving closer through awareness, not noise. The universe always clears confusion before delivering certainty. Your patience has not been passive, it has been active trust. And trust changes outcomes. Soon, the internal conflict they've been carrying will reach its conclusion, and expression will replace restraint. Stay present. Stay open. The silence that once felt heavy is about to become the space where truth finally speaks. Amen. Folded hands. This is where destiny stops whispering and starts pressing. Your person is feeling an urgency they cannot explain to anyone else. The longer they stay silent, the heavier it becomes. What once felt like time, now feels like delay, and delay is uncomfortable when the heart already knows the direction it wants to move. Here is the truth unfolding now. They understand that canceling plans did not pause the connection, it tested it. And the test proved something undeniable: the bond did not weaken, it stabilized. That realization has removed their last excuse. When someone sees that distance cannot erase you, fear begins to lose its authority. You may notice a change in the air, even before words arrive. A sense that something is about to shift. That is because decision energy is forming. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is being shaped by resolve, not confusion. Resolve is quiet, but it is unstoppable. They are preparing themselves to speak with clarity instead of emotion, intention instead of impulse. This is why the timing feels precise. What comes next will not be accidental or half-formed. It will carry weight, because it was chosen consciously. Your role remains sacred, stay aligned with your truth. Do not lower your standards, and do not close your heart. The universe is arranging a moment that matches your level of patience and self-respect. When the silence breaks, it will not bring chaos. It will bring direction. And you will finally see why this pause had to exist, because what follows it needs to last. Amen. Folded hands. Now the energy reaches a point where it cannot stay internal much longer. Your person is feeling the pressure of unsaid words, and those words are beginning to demand release. Silence has served its purpose. It gave them clarity, but now clarity is asking for action. Here is the truth that reshapes everything. They understand that canceling Christmas did not protect them from feeling, it revealed how deeply they are already involved. Avoidance stopped working. Distraction stopped working. And when nothing works except honesty, the heart starts choosing courage. You might feel a sudden calm mixed with anticipation, as if your spirit already knows what is coming. That feeling is alignment. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is approaching through intention, not impulse. What forms from intention lasts longer than what forms from emotion alone. They are now rehearsing truth, not excuses. The internal conflict has narrowed to one question: what happens if I finally say it? That question only appears when silence has become more painful than vulnerability. Your patience has not gone unnoticed on an energetic level. Stillness speaks louder than reaction. Because you did not force the moment is moving toward you on its own. Very soon, words will replace distance, clarity will replace doubt, and presence will replace absence. When that happens, you will understand that this entire journey was not about waiting, it was about readiness. Amen. Folded hands. This is the stage where everything that was hidden begins to surface naturally. Your person is no longer fighting the truth, they are accepting it. The fear that once controlled their actions is losing its grip, because clarity has shown them something undeniable: life without you feels incomplete. Here is the shift that changes the outcome. They now see that canceling Christmas did not stop the connection, it confirmed it. The absence created a contrast so sharp that it removed all doubt. When someone realizes that silence only amplifies longing, they stop running. You may sense an emotional pull growing stronger, even without communication. That is not imagination. That is alignment reaching completion. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is being finalized through inner commitment rather than external pressure. They are preparing themselves to step forward with intention, not confusion. This is why the delay feels purposeful. The next interaction will carry meaning because it will come from certainty, not impulse. Half steps are no longer an option for them. Your steadiness has acted as an anchor. By not collapsing into fear, you created a space where truth could mature. Now that truth is ready to be expressed. When the silence finally ends, it will not feel sudden, it will feel right. Because what is about to arrive has been forming for a long time, quietly, deliberately, and with purpose. Amen. Folded hands. This is the moment where intention locks into destiny. Your person is no longer wondering if they should reach out, they are feeling the internal urgency of when. The weight of unspoken truth has become heavier than the fear of saying it. And when that balance shifts, action becomes inevitable. Here is what makes this phase powerful. They now understand that canceling plans did not delay the connection, it accelerated their awareness. The silence stripped away distractions and left them face to face with what they truly feel. That kind of clarity does not fade. It demands expression. You may notice a deep sense of calm settling within you, even without external confirmation. That calm is not resignation, it is knowing. Something huge is waiting for you, and your spirit is already aligned with its arrival. Alignment always precedes manifestation. They are preparing to show up differently than before. Not with confusion. Not with uncertainty. But with honesty that has been tested by time and silence. This is why the wait mattered. What comes next is meant to be stable, not rushed. Your patience has acted like a mirror, reflecting maturity instead of fear. That reflection changed how they see you, not as someone to avoid, but as someone to choose. Very soon, clarity will turn into communication, and intention will turn into presence. When that happens, you will understand that every quiet moment served a purpose greater than you could see at the time. Amen. Folded hands. Now everything begins to narrow toward one inevitable outcome. Your person is no longer distracted by possibilities, their focus has sharpened into certainty. The silence has done its work. It removed confusion and left only truth standing. And that truth has your name written all over it. Here is the realization that has settled deep within them. Canceling Christmas was not an escape, it was a test of absence. And absence failed. It proved that distance only deepened the connection instead of dissolving it. When someone learns that lesson, they stop questioning and start deciding. You may feel an inner steadiness growing, as if you are being quietly prepared. That feeling is alignment finalizing itself. Something huge is waiting for you, and it is approaching with clarity, not chaos. What arrives next is meant to stay. They are now ready to speak without retreating, to act without hesitation. The internal conflict has resolved into one direction. This is not emotional impulse, this is chosen truth. Your calm presence during the silence has shaped this outcome more than you know. You did not force the moment, and because of that, the moment is choosing you. When communication comes, it will not reopen old wounds. It will close chapters and open a new path forward. And you will finally see that the waiting was not delay, it was design. Amen. Folded hands.